everybody. This is another Lamley Awards 2019 showcase. We are sticking with the orange brand. We've already done best and most disappointing basic new model, but we have a whole new category from Matchbox here in 2019. I mentioned what a year it has been for Matchbox. The introduction of opening parts, and boy, they went for it. We saw several new castings, and since the lines were completely new, everything was new. So every opening part model is here for 2019. Obviously, as we move forward into 2020, they'll have new castings released. We've already seen some sneak peeks of some of those, like the Lamborghini Centenario and some others that are coming. But let's focus on what happened in 2019. I've got the same two polls. I want you to pick, as you watch this, your best new model and also your most disappointing, the model that you would have been most excited about that just didn't come through or that just didn't fit the line, whatever your reasoning is. Vote on both in the links down below in the video description. We'll walk through these. Now, I've got every color of each release, and what I'm not differentiating here is premium and basic. They introduced two opening parts lines. First one was the moving parts line. That was very cool to see because it had basic wheels, basic decos, but moving parts, and it was priced affordably. I think, around $2.50 here in the United States. And then they did the premium Superfast line that was the same castings, or some castings that were introduced in the Superfast opening parts, but Real Rider tires, like the two-piece Real Rider tires, and then, of course, just more deco. So, like front, side, rear, all of that. So premium for Matchbox. But we are focused on the castings here in this video, so that's what I want you to focus on. All of these are interchangeable. Over the next few years, you're going to see them in both premium and in basic in the moving parts lines. And in fact, we've already seen some of these already do both. So that is what is here. You guys tell me what you think. Please vote, and let's walk right through them. Some of these were nostalgic Matchbox castings like this one. This is the Volkswagen, or VW, whatever, 65 Volkswagen Type 3 Fastback. We saw this has opening doors. I'm not going to try and walk through all the opening parts. Three colors on this one. It started in red. Then we saw it recolored in moving parts in this, just dropped it, metallic blue. What's a Lamley video without me dropping something and then totally derailing? But this metallic blue color with the plastic base. All of them will have plastic bases, actually. And then we saw it released in the Superfast line in this very cool kind of matte pearl white with gold. These are actually Hot Wheels Real Riders. This gold steelies on it. Really, really nice looking version here. I try not to express too many opinions. Remember, we're just focused on casting, so I can say that's a cool deco. Next one, also from the premium line, but this one actually, because it was an homage to the regular wheels, the old Matchbox regular wheels. So this one had the gray disc wheels on it. They went with plastic because of that. It is the 62 Mercedes 220 SE Coupe in red, obviously with the gray wheels. 65th anniversary logo on it. Now, the 65th anniversary was 2018, but the reason they went with this, because the whole line was delayed. It was supposed to be released in 2018. They ended up releasing it in 2019. So some of these early versions had the 65th logo on them from the Superfast line. Not all of them moving forward, but they're all 2019 releases. Next casting with a rear tail that opened is the Nissan Xterra, 2000 Nissan Xterra. This actually is based on an older casting that had the rear tail. They just brought it back and updated it a little bit. There's a few changes to it than compared to the old version of the Nissan Xterra. That was in two colors, light blue and yellow, kind of a signature color for the Xterra in that mustard yellow color. So that was a bit of a throwback casting too. This one was definitely a throwback casting in purple with the opening doors. It is the Pontiac Grand Prix. Is there a year on it? Yeah, 64 Pontiac Grand Prix. This is a throwback to the classic Matchbox casting in purple. And I believe it actually was released back in the day, both in purple and in blue. So those are both of the colors that this model came in with the opening doors. Really, really kind of a cool old school casting. They also updated the convertible Camaro casting that they did and a few years ago, and now made this a hardtop Chevy Camaro 2016. This one has an opening hood, And we actually saw this one, like the Volkswagen Fastback, we saw this one in 2 colors, burnt orange and blue in the moving parts series, both with front and rear trim in the opening hood. No detailing in the engine. Molded in there, but no deco. But this green Superfast version released recently has the matte black hood, detailing under the hood, Real Rider tires or 2-piece tires. Real Rider's not an official word for Hot Wheels or for Matchbox. And then the Superfast logo on the back. So 3 versions of that Camaro released in 2019. Next one, another updated casting, is the Ford Crown Victoria. We've seen this as a taxi. We've seen it as a cop car. Now we see it with opening parts also as a cop car. But actually, I think it's the lights. Yeah, what's interesting about this is the front looks like a police light, but if you look, there's taxis molded into the light on top. But this one is obviously a cop car. NYPD deco. The back doors are what opens. They did that because they figured, police cars, you put the perpetrator in the back, so that makes it more fun. NYPD to start, and then Boone County also licensed a little bit later on. Boone County Sheriff, we've seen that deco used several times the last few years. All right, love this one. Oh, shouldn't have said that, because I love so many of them. 62 Jeep Willys station wagon. Willys or Willys, call it what you want. Started in green with front and rear deco. Kind of a metal flake green. And then was recolored in this really cool, kind of a dark rose, I guess, with a black roof. And then front deco as well. So 2 colors of the Jeep Willys. We've seen the pickup version of this one. So some of these really did just kind of based off a casting that already existed, and then some alterations made, including the opening parts. But this one was built totally from scratch. It is the Tesla Model X with the gold wing doors in the back. I think they wanted to do this one because of that. In a very common red color that we've seen before for the Tesla Model X. Nice clean look there. This one was really popular. It just seemed to come and go. It didn't stick on the pegs very long. I only saw it a couple times on the pegs. It is the Chevy C10 pickup. 63. Opening hood. I'm assuming we'll see this one premium someday, and they'll detail that hood up nicely. But yeah, this one was very popular. Chevrolet embossed into the back tailgate. Really, really popular one. All right, back to this one. Was released in premium. It is the BMW i8. We've seen it in the basic range. They really had to get creative with this one to create the kind of scissor doors with the BMW i8. But this one got full trim, rear trim, front trim, because it is premium. Hood kind of in a 2-tone black color. And then they had to really kind of be creative so they could hinge this thing so it could have the scissor doors that opened up there on that one. So for the BMW i8. Another premium Superfast release. It is the VW. This one is the Microbus, 59 Microbus. Side doors are what open, so you have these kind of large, I don't know if you call them hinges, but they have to do that in order to create those, so those side doors can open. But yeah, that one is the 59 Microbus. Then this one was very, very interesting. It is the Renault, is it the Treasure, Treasure concept. They wanted to do something fun. Now, I'll tell you this one. I'm not going to, there were some, because it's a plastic piece. Without trying to express too much opinion, I'll say this one, I like that they did it because they got creative and they want to do something kind of with a different way to open. And so the Treasure concept was definitely a good choice from that perspective. Whether you like it or not, you can say that in the voting. But very interesting choice to do. Datsun 280ZX throwback casting to an older Matchbox casting. This one even has the deco and trim that's kind of a throwback to that as well. Opening doors. Obviously some updates, but very similar to the classic casting. All right, moving to the back here. This one was a surprise. It is the, what's the year on here? 1983 Buick Riviera. An era that we don't see too many cars coming from these days. So I think a lot of people really like that this one showed up in the moving parts series. Just such an early 80s car, right? Another throwback casting released in Superfast. I think it's going to be in the moving parts series this year. It is the Porsche 911 Turbo. 1980, right? Porsche 911 Turbo. This casting was released so much, had opening doors, but it has been updated. It still has some of the same shape that the Turbo has, but the ducktail is plastic now. The side mirrors are just more detailed, and I think a lot of people are really happy with this one, released in the Superfast range. Corvette, we've seen the police Corvette in the basic range. Now it goes to just a standard street version with an opening hood. It is the 2016 Corvette Stingray. Had Hot Wheels Real Riders on it, pearl white color with the black striping. Next one, this one was released, I'm basing this on the man number, so this was released towards the earlier part of the year. It is the Honda S2000. Kind of an homage to Ryo Asada, the former Matchbox designer, is now at Hot Wheels because he owns this exact car. We've seen the Hot Wheels version with the hardtop, and Ryo did design that one, but this one is based on his actual car, which is a more stock convertible with an opening hood, and you can see the VTEC engine inside. And then 3 more for you guys to vote on, best or most disappointing. How about the Range Rover? This is the 2018 Land Rover Vogue SE. Sitting on those 2-piece wheels, opening tail, full trim, full grille. Looks good with those with that deco brake, that trim on the side. This one was an interesting one with opening doors. It is the 1936 Ford Sedan, custom Ford Sedan. Really slopes in the back. Disc wheels, opening doors. My guess is Abe was really into that one. He likes those kind of cars. Designer there with Matchbox. And then to finish it off, another classic from back in the day. Not classic Matchbox, but classic car. It's the 32 Ford pickup with opening doors. Sits on the Hot Wheels Steelies, which is a nice combination. And this one's just really clean. It has some front and the rear tampos, and that's it. So there you go. I've walked through them. You've got quite a few castings to vote on. Go in the link below. Tell your friends to vote too. I have, with some of these polls, I was able to predict the winner. With the Matchbox polls, I can't. I have no clue. I have some thoughts. I think it comes down to maybe 5 or 6 models, but I really don't know. So you guys vote. Make sure you do. This could be quite competitive. So it might be fun to watch how this plays out. We'll see it. I'll unveil mine when we announce the winners in a future video. Thanks, everybody. Bye.